Hello, you amazing hackers. I hope you're all doing well today. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about time. Time has been bothering me for a while. I'll tell you why. Time is one of the things, it's a resource, it's something that you have to spend. You have to spend it every second that you're alive. You're spending some of that credit that you've gained at your birth. You've gained quite a lot of seconds, a lot of minutes that you're alive, but that time is finite. There comes an end to it, and every single second that you're alive, you withdraw some of that reserve, and you can never get it back. That's why I'm so intrigued with time, and it may seem strange, but it comes back to me in all aspects of my life. It comes back to me in my normal everyday life, and it comes back to me in my hacking life as well, and my bug bounties. It's very important for me to manage my time properly because it's, again, one of the most valuable things that I have. And some of the people that have been subscribed to the channel for a while, I love you guys. Thank you so much for asking these questions because they give me a ton of inspiration. They ask, how much time do you spend on a target, and can you break it down for us? I can do that, but of course that's a very broad definition, and the broader your definition of a target is, the broader your time frame is going to be as well. So a straight up answer, how much time do I spend exploring my target? Anywhere from 8 hours to 100 hours. It really depends on my target. It's going to go more towards the 8-hour side, of course, than towards the 100-hour side. So it's going to, most of my targets I spend at least a working day on, maybe 2 working days to get to know the application properly. I want to know which levels of privileges are there, which functionalities can I explore, is there any cool stuff in the JavaScript that I want to get to know, and all of that stuff goes into my notebook while I'm exploring. Of course, I have Burp in the background as well, so I can capture any requests, and later on I go through those requests and I try to see if I can find some cool stuff in there. I usually look at the parameterized requests, but while I'm hacking, pretty much all I'm doing is looking for hidden parameters, trying some basic cross-site scripting attack factors, and that also takes me like a couple of hours to do, and then I get into some more deep, more serious stuff. So then I get more into the broken access control. I start to create some accounts that have different privileges, and then I look at the privileges, see what they can and cannot do, and I try to execute functions that they shouldn't be able to do. Then I look at some basic IDORs, I go through my target, I start my hacking routine, maybe do some recon, go to way back URLs, do some Google dorking, try all of that stuff out. And that usually takes me a couple of days. So all in all, I spend about a week on a single target. But what's very important to me is that I don't spend a big chunk of time on a target in a single time. So what I mean by that is I'll usually spend, let's say, 40 to 50 hours on my target in total. I don't want to spend 40 to 50 hours on my target every day of the week. Like, I don't want to spend 5 days right after each other working on my target. And the reason for that is very simple. I also want to give my brain, my subconscious brain, some time to think. You guys might underestimate this a little bit, but it's really important to give your brain some time to rest and go back to your target with a fresh mentality. Look through all of the requests again, and this is what bores quite a lot of people, and they might say, oh, that's quite a waste of time. But I say it's quite the contrary, because your brain actually had some time to process all of the emotions and all of the thoughts you had while hunting, and it's going to help you quite a lot, in my opinion. So that's how I spend my time mostly. I spend about maybe 40 to 50 hours on a target. That might seem like quite a lot. It might seem like a waste of time, but it's all about how you prioritize your what you want to do. You guys should set your own goals. That's very important to me. That's what I want you to take away from this conversation a little bit. I've set my goals pretty straightforward, and I've set them pretty well defined. I want to get to know all of the functionality of my target. Again, pretty broad time frame there. I give myself whichever time I need because I take high priority in getting to know my application very, very thoroughly. Then after that, of course, I want to hack some more, but I will already have an idea of which parameters I'm going to hack and what I'm going to test on what parameters. When I have a list of my functionalities, I can easily go through my methodology, and if I see XXE, for example, I'll look through my list of functionalities for file uploads, and I'll test it on any file upload that I can find. Looking for local file inclusion, okay, let's see if we have some files that are saved somewhere that we can get from storage. If that's the possibility, we'll try local file inclusion or even remote file inclusion. So there are so many possibilities that you can try on your target, and it really depends, first of all, on what your target looks like. Second of all, what you prioritize. Now, setting your own goals is not easy. People are really, really bad at defining proper time frames, in my opinion. If we try to estimate how late we're going to get somewhere, like it's easy if you try to do it a day in advance. It might be a little bit harder if you try to do it a week in advance, and it might be pretty much impossible a year in advance. So that's my opinion. Of course, other people can be better at time management, but I'm not the best at it. And that's pretty much what time management concerns when it comes to picking my target. Now, when hunting, of course, when picking my target, that's a whole other story because I really, really want my target to fit me. The last thing I want is to spend 1 week of testing on a target that I don't even like. I think you guys have the same feeling, so that's why I pretty quickly realized which targets I liked and which ones I didn't, but of course I had to hunt for that. But it really depends on, like, if you want to hunt properly, if you want to pick your target properly, you're going to have to spend some time on your target. And if you're looking at all of these technologies and you're thinking, oh my God, I don't like any of this, I don't like JavaScript, I don't like TypeScript, I don't like Angular, then just close the target down and go to another one. Save yourself the time from having to research all of these topics that you don't like and go to something that you like to do. This is what bug bounties is all about for me. This is what time management is all about for me. This is pretty much what life is all about for me. Life is all about getting the most out of it and getting the most out of the time that we've been given. Now, if I had to say how much time do you spend in total bug bounty hunting, as much time as I need and as much time as I want to and as much time as makes me feel good. Thank you guys very much for listening to me. My ears are ringing. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.